Hey guys, it's Board Bob here. We are back again with Factorio 1.0 space exploration. We are back on Navis again and back at our rocket center. So let's take a look around, see what we got going here. So, oops, all right. So, here's what we got. On Nilaus, things are going swimmingly. Got our factory still going. Everything is still supplied with all the materials we need. Of course, we got, core mining going on, so that helps with that. But we still got iron coming in, copper coming in, stone coming in, plenty of coal coming in. We go over here to our processing. And right now we are hung up. Why are we hung up? That's not taking any more out. Oh, okay. So we are full up on water. We're gonna have to either dump a tank or add a tank and get rid of our water. Looks like we are full up on water. Yeah, 25 across the board. How are we doing here, though? Look at that pretty pink. All right, so what we can do here for now, just to get things going, is we can go ahead and plop down 2 tanks. And if we want to really be tricky about it, we could get rid of a tank and just have them pick up the tank and put the tank back down, and that would get rid of that. But because of this world being what it is, I don't think we want to waste the water. I think we want to keep it. So we'll just keep adding on tanks. So that's what we got going there. I believe we are completely full of vulcanite. Yes, we are. So there we go. Now the problem with this is we don't know what to do with it yet. We'll figure that out. So there's Nilaus. So let's see what we got next here. Callidius orbit, Callidius, whatever the hell it is. We are continuing to build out. We're still waiting on that ejection to hit, but in the meantime, we got a little bit more scaffolding we can put down, I suppose. Let's take a look, see. Yeah, we can put out some more. Why not, right? We're going to need the space up here anyway. So let's have these guys. Oops, shit. Alright, well, now we got to go back and do this. There we go. Right? Alright, so that will give them the opportunity, possibly, yeah, they're gonna head up. We're kind of out of our roboports and our substation, so we can't spread out further. But what I could do is I could come down here and snag up some of these and move them up there, and I might do that just so we can continue to build this out. We'll see. I don't know. Haven't decided. Anyway, so there's that. Vianet. We got Vianet going pretty good. Let's see what we got up here. This is where we were at last. So we're still building up our stockpile. We don't have very large excuse me, smelting going on right now. We will change that and make that bigger as time goes on. We've got the resources coming in now. Here we are continuing to build our power plant. That's part of the reason I have not built any of the smelting out. We're still running off of coal power. We really kind of need to build nuclear here. There is uranium on this map. Not a lot of it, but enough of it that we could power up everything with a power plant and not waste this coal, which is what we really kind of want to do, because we got a lot of coal here that we're burning through, and we don't want to burn through. Copper's not so bad. I went through and I told it to pick up the junk. We do have a nice coal deposit out here that will keep us supplied for now, but we are going to look at manufacturing a nuke plant there. It just makes sense to do that. Meanwhile, here's what we got going up here. Look at this. Pretty operation we got going here. Got two things going. One, we have a resource field here that we are mining cryonite in, and it is cooking along real nice. And two, we have core mining going on. Now right now all we're doing is mining the cryonite out of it, because you get a cryonite core fragment and then you get a core fragment. So we're doing kind of the same thing on one other planet. We're saving these up. We're gonna crunch them all down together. We just need another crusher, and we need to set up the system for that and bring them our raw materials in. But in the meantime, we are cooking up some cryonite, guys, and we need the cryonite because we need it for some other processing that we got to do. So that's cooking along. We got a bunch of stone building up. We're going to have to make arrangements for that. But this particular plant is now up and running. We're building a rocket. We're not building fast because, again, we don't have the throughput on our materials yet. We will work on that as we increase our power and what have you. But now we can do this all remotely now. This is all run by bots. So there we go. Next, Sanctonium is coming along nicely as well. It is pretty much at this point kind of leveled itself out, and it just kind of cooking along. What do we got here? We got some more we got to get rid of. Yeah, we got some more we got to get rid of. Gonna have to mark some of these for removal, and go through and clean our maps up. Let's do it while we're at it. Tell the bots to come down here. Take care of that stuff, guys. Keep things clean. Right? There we go. Alright. There we go. Now the bots will take care of it. Our coal's holding up pretty good for now. Again, I think we have some uranium on this map. Yeah, we do. Right down here. We're probably going to convert over, but since we got plenty of water on both of these, we're probably going to convert over to nuclear power at some point. We have our core mining going on, and core mining here is giving us oil, and we're pumping that oil out, putting it into the system, and we're starting to fill up here. So we got to come back here and we got to set up to crush this core fragments down. Now it looks like we're hold up right now is our oil, so we're not using enough oil, but that's okay. Nice to have too much oil, huh? Everything looks like it is full up. But yeah, this one's crunching along. You know, we got a rocket built here. So that one's going along nicely. Now this one is where we got the issue. We can't go anywhere past this. This is why we need the cryonite. We need to combine the cryonite with this so we can start to make beryllium plates, because we got to go from beryllium sulfate to some kind of beryllium liquid to to ingots and then to plates. So that's why we need the cryonite. That's what we're going to start sending. I think we're going to process it right here. We're going to send rockets over with the cryonite. We're going to process it here, and then we'll move on with the plates from there. So that's the plan here. What do we got next? We got Navis. Navis is Navis. I mean, it's, you know, that's where we are. It's supplying all our crap. You know, I haven't gone through yet. We might as well, while we're here, take a look at it and see. Yeah, that one's good. What do we got going up here? Yeah, copper's looking good up here. We can get rid of a couple of things. Right? Yeah, we can get rid of that. How's this one looking? Got one there we could get rid of, and we can't get rid. We don't have our bots set up here, so we're just marking them. And then when we go with our, you know, just manually, we can go take them up. But yeah, things are cooking along. Coal. Yep, our coal's doing all right. We got, you know, a couple we got to take up in our coal, but nothing major. Let's take a look over at our stone. Like I say, Navis is Navis. I mean, Navis is pretty much static at this point. It is supplying, you know, our growth to the other places is all it really is providing at this point. So it's not providing a lot when we don't need it. I mean, the majority of our stuff is coming from other places now. Yeah, our stone is looking pretty good. So we really probably should start doing some stuff with Navis because it is kind of stagnant at the moment. You know, but yeah, so there's Navis. It's cooking along pretty good. Navis Orbit is not doing anything. We stripped everything out of Navis Orbit. So now we are headed to Moss Garden. And oops, that's Moss Garden Orbit. We don't want the orbit. We want Moss Garden. Moss Garden. Moss Garden. So this is where we are headed, guys. Because Moss Garden has a bunch of Vitamelange. It's all it's really got is Vitamelange, but you know, it is what it is. We need it. It does not have a lot of anything else. There is a little bit of uranium, supposedly. Stone, there is hardly any stone here. To be honest with you, there is bupkis for stone. There's a few tiny patches around. Where was it? I found them. They're like less than 100K. So it is going to be rough when it comes to stone. But you know what? That is the way it goes. We're going to put down probably more than one corn mining operation here. I know the more you put down, the less you get back. See, there's some stone there. But that's the only way we're going to keep in business here, as far as being able to send rockets, is to tap into the core. But look at all of this Vitamelange. There's a bunch of it, and we need it. Now, on the plus side, there is water here. So if we can find some uranium deposits, and there's one there. There's one there. And we have the ability to Covarex. So we will start Covarexing the shit out of this almost right away. And since this is going to be a fairly small operation. There, yeah, we got uranium. We're not going to have to worry too much about the coal for power. I mean, we could probably get away with some solar, but I don't think. Well, it's 82%. It's not terrible. But yeah, so there we go. We'll probably do nuke power there as well. That's kind of the thought process. But that is where we are headed, guys. We're headed to Moss Garden. So we have this puppy all loaded up and ready to supply us with all our goodies. And of course this is filling up again. I don't know, because there is another mineral. There's an iridium or something, and I'm not sure what planets that's on yet or what our use of it's going to be, but it is out there, so we may end up with another planet. I don't know, we'll see. So we got a little bit of vulcanite here. Basically I snagged up, and let's see if there's any more down here. I snagged up all the vulcanite we had on hand here on Novice. One of the things I do want to do is okay, so the surface scan is stopped. We're starting to see a hit on our FPS. We're gonna have to kill some of our scans once we get to where we're going. We're gonna kill some of the scans that we don't need. There may be some that we haven't gotten rid of. In addition, we'll probably kill the scans on the planet we're on. We just need to set up radar around the bases so we can see the bases themselves, and we can go from there. So let's go ahead and get this going. Moss Garden, general vicinity, because there is no launch pad. And we are in the right rocket. Yes, we are. We are in the right rocket. So let us. You know what? I haven't done one of these in a while. Let's get down here. All this is going to find is a sun. Because I think we've discovered all the planets at this point. It's just going to find a sun. But why not? Let's let it go. Let's see what it says it does. See what it finds. Yep, new star. Cherubellus. So that doesn't do much good until we can start traveling to the other stars. So there we go. All right, so we are all set. Let's go. Crash landing. Boom, boom, boom. Turn our box off. Alright. So, let us, right off the bat, we're going to throw down a warehouse just to unload our crap. Alright, and then let us go ahead and pick all our stuff up. Come on, pick up all the trash. Is that all our trash? All our trash picked up. Okay. So, I do believe, yes we did, there they are. Oh, there's the rest of the bots. We'll take one thing of repairs, and we will take our blueprints with us. Is that everything? That is everything we want right now. Okay, so let us decide where we're going to put this sucker down. And I'm thinking we're probably going to put it down somewhere in this area, probably like right in here. There's a lot of trees. There's a little bit of uranium. So I maybe want to be able to pick that uranium up at some point. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Here's our blueprint. We're going to start looking to see where we can stick this in here. We got some oil here. We want to avoid the oil. We want to avoid any of the patches that we can avoid. And I'm thinking that right there may be what we're looking at. Let us turn our bots off. Map. Alright, so there's where we're looking at putting this sucker. Like I say, I know there's a lot of trees and stuff, but we have a solution for that we're going to take care of first assist. But before we take care of the trees, let's grab any goodies we can find. Is that a goodie or is that... No, that's just territory. Okay. So, I think there are not... Oh, there's one there. We're gonna pick up any ruins that we can snag up. We, why waste the resources when we can repair them and use them? So there's one over here. And once we've got this stuff picked up, then we're going to clear these forests. And because this planet is clearly a forested planet. Oh, we got a car. It's in bad shape, but we got one. We'll take it. Take a run across here, pick up what we can. And I'm not going around picking up everything. I just want to get what's going to be within us laying our plant down. That's going to be in our way, that we don't want to destroy when we take care of the woods. Because we're going to take care of the woods. Okay. Now, where did we put our warehouse? Our warehouse is over on this lake, so it's not in our way here. So let's take care of the woods. And I'm doing this because that's a lot of wood to have to store. We don't need all of it. This is not going to completely kill the forest or completely eliminate the forest, but it's going to do enough to where it's going to be easier for us to pick it up and store what's left. Which we are going to store what's left. We will keep some of it. Now, something I did not do, and I probably should have, I don't think I brought any landfill with me. But it looks like there are enough large boulders around that we'll be able to get some stone if we need it. I don't want to use up the stone if I don't have to, though. Because, you know, there's not a lot here. So we want to save as much of it as we can. Okay. Let's let the flames do their work. And then we can remove nature. See, it does a pretty good job. I mean, it leaves enough that we can use it, but at the same time does not eliminate everything. Or it eliminates enough, but yeah, you know what I mean. It eliminates a lot of it, but it doesn't eliminate everything. And that's kind of what we want. So that we can snag up some of this mess to use, but not so much that we have storage issues. And looks like we're still burning over here. I'm still burning. Yeah, yeah. Oh. Not quite the same ring to it, huh? We didn't start the fire. Well, I guess we really kind of did start the fire, didn't we? Well, since our bots are not turned on, we can drop that. And we can go up here and we can burn some more stuff. We just don't want to stand in our fire. Oh, look. Oil refinery. We'll take it. How are we looking? A whole lot better on the picking trees up thing, I think. I didn't turn my bots on yet because I want to make sure the fires are out because I don't want to lose my bots. Alright, there we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn the bots on, let them pick up the trees so that we can see where, if anywhere, we need to fill in landfill spaces. Something I do want to do because I know we're going to get filled up, is I want to grab that puppy. Because I know we're going to get full quick. Help these guys along as much as I can, because I know how much fun it is watching this go. And I know the big contributing factor to slowness is these big boulders, because they drop stones that then have to be picked up. So if we can help that along as much as we possibly can. I apologize for the darkness. I haven't installed the Afraid of the Dark mod, which is supposed to be, as I understand it, really kind of helpful for mostly for recording like YouTube stuff. You sucker, you beat me to it. Mostly I just want to know that there's no water we have to fill in before we start laying down the blueprint. Because it's a little harder to spot after it's laid down and they start doing their thing. Come on, Slovies. Anybody remember the old Disney sci-fi movie, The Black Hole? Do these little robots, these little construction bots remind anybody of the little red robot in that? It's kind of what they remind me of, I guess, in a way. I want it before you guys get it. Talk about bad movies, though, man. That movie, it sucked. I'm not gonna lie. That movie sucked. I was not impressed. I actually read the book for that movie, I think, too. I think I read the book. I think that, like most things, the book was better, but in that particular case, it was a lot better. I don't know. I guess maybe there's some fans of that movie. I don't know. I know, I thought it sucked. Come on. I know. Keep up. Not doing too bad, though. Taking less time than I thought. Well, I mean, we did clear a lot of it prior with the flamethrower, which helped a lot. You know, so we were smart in that regard. Now, the one thing I don't think I brought in this particular trip, which may have been a mistake, I know it's in the other rocket, but I don't think I brought it with me in this rocket, is cliff explosives. We can hope that maybe there aren't cliffs in the way. I know there's some cliffs on the edge of this designated area, but maybe we'll get lucky. How we doing? Ah, we're getting there. I don't want to turn these stones into landfill if I don't have to. We want to save them for processing. You know, we want to send as much of them through the system as we can. Until we have decent provisions, you know, up and running. Now, I don't know offhand, does it say? Endless extraction, but it's diminishing returns. If it doesn't say how much diminishing returns, though. It just says diminishing returns. And I know it uses a lot of power. So, I don't know. We'll have to see. But we're definitely going to be doing core mining, if nothing else, just for the stone. One of the other things I set up on Navis, and I forgot to mention, is I have started making concrete walls to replace the stone walls. I just set up a warehouse with all of my leftover stone walls and told it to request concrete and start making concrete walls. Oh, we are full. Okay. Let us go drop this warehouse off. We're going to do it up here by the shoreline. She sells by the seashore. And those ones, put them in there too. Get back down here. Do your job. Alright, fine. I'll tell you what. You knock them down and I'll go follow behind you and pick them up. Look, Marsh Garden has a 5 o'clock shadow. Nothing like dry shaving right before formation. I know Joe Mamo can relate to that one, I'm sure. big difference there is, unlike my ponytail, Joe Mama has a highly efficient haircut. When I get to the point, I'm not doing a comb over. When I get to a point where I have to, then I am going to have a highly efficient haircut myself. But right now, I can still get away with the ponytail, so I'm going to still get the ponytail. Now, he may not have a highly efficient haircut anymore. He's not in the Army anymore. So, he's done retired from the Army. He may not be rocking the highly efficient haircut anymore. He may be letting it grow. I don't know. I will say that I'm rediscovering why having really long hair is a pain in the ass. It's kind of like shaving. I miss it and I hate it. I hate to shave because I shaved every day for 22 years, or almost every day for 22 years. Not on the weekends. Gave myself a break. But generally speaking, for 22 years, I shaved almost every day. So I didn't have a beard. So I'm used to not having a beard. So I hate having it because it bugs me. But at the same time, I shaved all that time. I hate shaving. So it's become something of a trade-off. I let it go, and then I shave it off, and then I let it go, and then I shave it off. I think since I started the series, I've shaved it once. It's almost time to shave again. But the same goes for my hair. I rocked the high and tight for years, and it was a pain in the ass to keep it that way. And I grew up with a ponytail when I was a kid in high school, what have you. I was a child of the '60s. My mom was very much a hippie. I drove a VW bus to school, to give you an idea of where my thought processes or upbringings, I guess, if you will, or whatever, lie. I drove a '67 camper, a VW camper, to school on a regular basis. And silk shirts and bell bottoms. So I was very much the Kelso of my peer group. But that being the case, I had fairly long hair and what have you. So when I went in the Army, didn't wear it. So I kind of used to I missed it. So when I got out, I let it go, and and what have you. And I have let it go. But every once in a while, it gets to a point where I get a little tired of breathing it in every time I lean over, or eating it, or what have you, or rolling over on it. And, it takes a lot of extra time to, brush and this and that and the other. Not that I'm some fashionista or what have you, but it does, it does get in the way. It does, what have you. You catch it in zippers and all kinds of stupid shit like that, you don't think about. So it comes and goes. It's another one of those, I'll have it for a while, and then I'll get tired of it, and I'll take the dog clippers to it. Because, I'm not, again, like I've said with these videos, I'm not out to impress anybody. I'm of an age and of a lifestyle choice and what have you, where I'm quite comfortable where I am and who I am, and I ain't got nobody to impress. So I basically, when it gets to a point where it's time to go, I will go in the bathroom, stand over the sink, take a pair of dog clippers to it, and a number 2 on top and a number 1 on the sides, and we're good to go. Taper left, taper right, 2 on the top. And that's all it takes. Now, I know, there it is. I was going to say, I know I left the warehouse around here somewhere. We'll go back and pick this warehouse up later. I just wanted it someplace out of the way. so that as we were picking stuff up and then as we laid stuff down, it would not be in the way. Come on, we'll pick up the slow ones. Because then they get here, then they want to recharge. Whereas if you just pick them up, they're recharged. And if they're not doing the if that's not the case, which I'm pretty sure that the game doesn't keep track of it that tightly, I carry more than I can deploy because I can only deploy so many with my roboports, that the ones I'm picking up are replaced by the ones I've got in my pocket. So just picking them up recharges them, basically. Now, whether it actually does, or I'm just exchanging them for the ones I'm already carrying, I don't know. And I don't think the game really distinguishes. So we are almost done picking all of this stuff up. And then we can go from there. Last few. We want to get this blueprint down. Get this blueprint down, we'll be able to put the landing pad down. We get the landing pad down, we can call the other rocket. At that point, we can start to let these guys do their thing. And we can go on about our business. And while they're doing their thing, what we'll do is we're going to go through the other planets. We will look at where we have radars so that we can see our bases, and then we're going to be deleting oh, there's some more here. All the scans to speed things back up. But the scans we don't need. We're going to make sure that the scans we don't need are all deleted first. And then we can go from there. But I think, and I got to check, even if we completely deleted all the scans, I think in the navigation menu or navigation view, we still can see the planet. I don't know. Don't quote me on that because I don't know. I'm not that smart. All right, let's get over here. What we want to do, because this is the very edge of the blueprint, we want to see if we can't get as far over as we can. Pick this blueprint up, be as far out as we can. It's not gonna be enough. Frack. Okay. Can we get it to line up this way? We can get it to line up this way. There we go. And then we can go down here and line it up again. Because we can't be in the map. If we're in the map mode, it only does as much of the blueprint as what's in our radar zone. But from the map, from the regular view, you know what I didn't do? I didn't look to see. I don't see any water. I think we're okay. All right. Let us line it up and plop it down. Did we clear? Well, we got most things cleared. We missed a few spots. But not bad. So let us denature this area. Because we don't have to worry about spiders. So let us denature nature. And get nature the hell out of our way. And I think we did good. I think we missed all of the oil patches. I think we're missing part of our setup for these, but we'll figure that out. And we'll try to avoid these oil patches, and we'll try and use them if we can. And if we can't, there's oil other places, I am sure. There, you know, it is. I doubt that we are completely screwed. No, I wanted that. Don't want nature to be here. Get rid of nature. Sounds bad, doesn't it? What is that movie with Sigourney Weaver in it? Where they're with the big blue people? Man, I can't think of the name of it right now. I liked that movie. It was pretty cool. I mean, it was what it was, a little preachy. I don't mind the preachy. It looks like we missed the cliffs. We're going to have to take them out at some point, but it looks like we did miss them. Looks like there are a few meteors here. That's okay, we're not too overly concerned about them. fact, speaking of preachy movies, Joe Mama, in his playthrough, has named his Spidertrons Huey, Dewey, and Louie. And he did that based on a movie which happens to be one of my favorite movies. I actually, if I think of it, I will post a picture. No, I don't have that. Never mind. I won't post a picture because I don't have it. I thought I had a 3D model, but for some reason, off the top of my head, I thought I had a big model of the USS Valley Forge, and I don't. I have Discovery 1 from 2001: A Space Odyssey. But USS Valley Forge is from a movie called Silent Running. And Huey, Dewey, and Louie were the robots in the movie Silent Running. And Silent Running is basically, the idea is the entire Earth has been covered over with city and manufacturing and this and that and the other. And there's been a war going on, so the world got together and gathered up all the forests and the deserts and basically a sample of every type of nature and put them out in space on these great big cargo ships in space. And at the end of the movie, or not the end of the movie, towards the middle of the movie, the war ends and they decide, okay, the factions that won or whatever decide, okay, we don't need the forests and stuff anymore. Just blow them up and come on home. And the one guy on the ship, of course, he's the guy that's the caretaker, really doesn't like that. He ends up killing the other crewmates on the one ship and hijacking the ship and, you know, saving the forests. And Huey, Dewey, and Louie are the robots that he interacts with, and they end up becoming his companions, if you will, and they are tasked with carrying on the forest from there on out. And if you want to talk about preachy movies, that is definitely a preachy movie. Joan Baez does the vocals for the soundtrack, what have you. But having said that, it is a movie I enjoy quite thoroughly. I like it. Always had a thing for spaceships too. The Battlestar Galactica series, that ship, the Galactica, Star Blazers, and the spaceship Yamato, 2001 and Discovery 1, and I 3D printed a 5-foot long, I guess, version of Discovery 1. So I actually have a 3D printed version of Discovery 1 that hangs in my ceiling in my gaming room. Yeah, I think that's everything we want for right now. Probably gonna want that. And truth be told, I think what we're gonna do now, what's in this? Is there anything that's they're liable to try and pick up and use? Okay, we're gonna swap it out with this one. We want a standard when we come down here. We want a standard warehouse. Because we're going to do what we did the last time, and we are going to put down the electrical system first. Okay, you guys go ahead and do that. But we're going to pick this up because we don't want you to put it down yet. Because I didn't want you to put it down yet. I wanted this one first. There. Alright, so there we go. Right? And that one's not powered, but this one is, and that's okay. We're going to turn this off because we don't want this snagging stuff out. Alright, so now let's go back to Nilaus. And let us send this puppy to the landing pad so that we don't lose stuff. And let's get it on its way. And here comes our stuff. Ta-da! Now, somewhere in here should be there. We want that one right there. Right. And then we're going to start trying to be careful not to get things that we don't want to not transfer. We'll keep the grenades. Screw it. All right. Right? Is that everything? Yes. Now we can pick this up. And we can grab a supply warehouse one and put it down there. And then we can grab all of the electrical and all of these guys, and we can put them in there. Them in there and let these guys go to work, and they will start building the electrical system. And while they are doing that, we're going to go over here. Now that we have this marked, we can bring all of those up there, and we can go through and do delete surface on anything that has a surface that we don't want. That should help us with our frame rate. center, but it's tiny. And we shall never look at them again. Well, that's not true, but that should now help us with our frame rate. Woohoo. All right. There we go. So now, while they are doing their thing, and we don't have any bots in hand, let us start looking at, we're going to want one of those, all of those, should only be one stack of boilers, I think. There they are. We lost one in the move. Not too worried about that. Get those. We'll get some of these. We'll get all of those. And mining drills, right? Yeah, that should get us started with that. Now let us look where we have coal that we can grab some coal and build a power plant and get our power going. Now, I think we're going to probably do our power up here, at least for now, maybe. We got coal here, coal here, coal here. Do we maybe do our power plant? No, that's too far away. Don't want to cross the streams if I don't have to. Yeah, I think we're going to do our power plant up here for now. Because our coal comes up and what have you anyway. Where else do we have coal? We got coal right here, so that'll be coming down. Yeah, up here is where we're going to start doing our power plant. All right, the other thing we need, and we did not grab it, those. But we're going to probably want some more of those than what we have. We're going to have to build some more. We didn't bring enough. But that's life. We'll live with it. Right now, we're sucking hind tit on power, which we knew. That was kind of unexpected. Roboport is off. Our personal Roboport is off. We're going to grab up some bots. If we can here. How many does that give us? 22. 23. 24, 25. Good, there we go. That gives us 25, right? Yeah. Let us go up here. And let us clear ourselves some nature out of the way. And I mean, if it comes to it, we can burn freaking trees. This planet has plenty of trees. I do believe we can make, maybe we can't make charcoal. Maybe we can't make charcoal, but if nothing else, we can burn freaking trees. if it really comes to where we get desperate. But we're not going to get desperate because there is uranium here. And we are going to use the heck out of the uranium. But we do got to get power plant going so that excuse me, so that yeah, this is the one we want. So that we can get our missed it by 1. It's 2 spaces, not 1 space. Now if I put it there, is that right? No, I'm still off. Because it needs to be there, but we can't do it there because of that. But we can do this. We can do what I said I didn't want to do. There. Now I bet we can do that. And I bet it fits now. Look, it fits now. Now, the thing is, I don't want to line it straight up. Or I don't want to connect it straight up. I want it... Oh, we got... Frack. Fine. Me have to do what I didn't want to have to do, but you're going to make me have to do it anyway, you bastards. Some bitches. Really? Seriously. You hate me, don't you? Deep breaths. Catch the fish. At least not waste. At least let's not waste the fish. All right, there we go. Now, yes, I know. There's up there. We can't do it. We're gonna give it some space anyway. So F you. That should do it right there. There to there. There to there. There to there. Right? Right. Now you guys fill in the rest of this crap. While you're doing that, I'm going to do that. And then do what you're not going to do because these are yellows and not blacks. Right. We don't need that one. But what we do need, turn this off, is we need poles. We need a stack of those and a couple of stacks of those. Okay. Back over here, turn you guys on. You'll put the mediums in. We'll put a small right between them. I don't mind using up the poles here. We got plenty of wood. Alright, now let's cancel. Look at where we're going to come in. I think we're just going to grab this, come up and over for right now. I think is what we're going to do. Turn that off. That will give us plenty, I believe, of coal to start. It ain't gonna last, but it'll give us plenty to start. Oh, you know what? Cliff explosives, apparently. You guys get out of my way. And you guys get out of my way. Ta-da! There we go. That's taken care of. We'll let fire do its job. Right, Mr. Scarecrow? Hey, Mr. Scarecrow, you want a light? Rocky Horror Picture Show flashbacks. Fun little side note. I stopped counting at 500. When I was in New Mexico, I used to go every Friday night and Saturday night. And the reason for that is because on Friday nights I went and watched, and on Saturday nights I used to play Frankie in the stage crew. Back when I was a little more svelte and could get away with wearing a corset, high heels, lace gloves, and a thong. And no, I don't have any pictures, unfortunately. I wish I did. Any pictures I had from back then, unfortunately, I have an ex-wife, and there's a reason my ex-wife is my ex-wife, and one of the more wonderful personality traits that she had. I don't have a whole lot of my pictures and things from back prior to the divorce. Because, you know, some people are people, and some people are not people. And that's life. But, yeah, I used to go every weekend, pretty much, when I lived in New Mexico. I used to go every weekend when I lived in Colorado as well. Colorado was really cool because the place we used to go was a theater called the Ogden Theater. And if anybody is at all familiar with Colorado, I don't know whether it has changed or not in regards to where the Ogden Theater was, and what part of town that was versus what part of town it is now. But back in the day, the Ogden Theater was located in the predominantly gay part of town. Not that I have any problems at all with that. I don't. I have many friends who are gay and what have you. That is not an issue. But it was just interesting because of, it's where it was. We all used to play dress up. But what was really cool was Ogden Theater was this old style, one of the old theaters, and had a great big place with 2-row seating and what have you. And one of the things that they used to let the cast from there, I was not part of the cast then. That was shortly after I joined the Army, when I went to my training school for what was my first job in the Army, when I was going through AIT. So I had just joined the Army. I was not very worldly at the time. I was a little bit, I guess, but I had not started to. I used to go to Rocky when I was a kid here in this area, but again, it was not. I was not part of the stage show. I was just somebody that went. It wasn't until I got to New Mexico and met a bunch of people and really kind of fit in with them and stuff that I started to really kind of branch out into doing those sorts of things. So in Colorado, I went. There was a big group of us used to go together, my roommate and what have you, and all of our friends. We used to all go. We played a lot of D&D. We did a lot of other things together, and one of the things we used to do is we used to go and go to Rocky Horror Picture Show all the time together and stuff. So that was my start with regards to really kind of getting into it and what have you. But anyway, at the Ogden Theater, they had two aisles, and they used to let the guy who played Eddie in the stage crew ride his motorcycle down the aisle and up the other aisle. It was pretty cool. So I thought that was kind of cool. And then after Colorado, a year of being in Colorado, I was stationed in Korea. Of course, I didn't get to go while I was in Korea because they didn't really have that sort of thing in Korea that I am aware of anyway. They probably do, but I didn't go there. I was unaware of any place where it was able to go there. But then I went to New Mexico and started to really kind of get into it and what have you, and eventually ended up on the Saturday night stage crew as Frankie. And had a blast, man. It was fun. Alright, so in theory, the sun is coming up. We should start to see that pumping some water. We're going to go up here and we're going to feed these guys a little bit of coal. And get them going. There we go. So now they're getting coal. we are going to still have some power issues because that's not a big enough plant to run this whole post. But it will be enough to get the coal flowing up there. It'll be enough to get the bots running their power lines and running the roboports. And they are building the power lines. Now, as you can see, I've done the jumpers. This is a new version of the blueprint. It has the jumpers in it. So this one should build the whole line on its own. We should be good to go. Now it won't build out here, it won't build up here because those roboports aren't part of it, but it'll build all the rest of it. So there it is, guys. It has been about an hour and a half. This is a long video, but we do have the plant up and started. We do have our location set, and we're gonna go from there. So I'm gonna end it here, and I'm gonna probably keep right on playing. So we'll pick it right back up where we left off here, and that's that. All right, see you guys in a little while. Bye.